In the heart of a vibrant kingdom that sprawled along the golden coast of Africa, there lived a prince named Ekundayo. His name, meaning sorrow becomes joy, was a beacon of hope and prophecy for a realm that thrived on the mystic tales of the sea. The kingdom was alive with stories of creatures from the depths, none more whispered about than the mermaids who were said to sway the fate of the seas. Ekundayo was not just any prince. His father, King Adekunle, had long been a friend to the ocean, abiding by its ancient pacts to never harvest more than what was needed. But as the young prince came of age, his heart grew restless, not content with the legends his father so dearly upheld. He wanted glory, tales of his own that would be sung long after he was gone. On the eve of his 21st birthday, Ekundayo ventured alone to the cliffs overlooking the cerulean expanse, a stretch of water known for its enchanting beauty and perilous secrets. As the sun dipped below the horizon, painting the sky with strokes of fiery oranges and tranquil purples, Ekundayo noticed a shimmering figure beneath the waves. A mermaid, with skin that glistened like polished abalone and eyes as deep and dark as the ocean trenches, watched him curiously. Her name was Anaya, a guardian of the sea, known among her kind for her wisdom and the haunting beauty of her songs. To Ekundayo, she was a vision, a story waiting to unfold. Driven by a reckless desire for a tale of his own, Ekundayo approached her with the arrogance only a prince could muster. "Fair creature of the sea," he began, his voice carrying over the waves, "would you grant me the honor of a dance under the moonlight?" Anaya, intrigued and cautious, knew the stories of the land dwellers, especially of those who wore crowns. Yet there was something earnest in the prince's eyes that swayed her. She agreed, and with a flick of her tail, she approached the shore. As the night grew darker, they danced in the shallow waters. Ekundayo was mesmerized by Anaya's grace, her body moving with the fluid rhythm of the waves. But as the moon reached its zenith, the dance took a sinister turn. The prince, overcome by a lust for a legend of his own making, betrayed the trust of the dance. He captured Anaya, pulling her into the depths of his own desires, without heed to her consent. What Ekundayo did not know was that Anaya was no ordinary mermaid, but a creature of ancient power and depth. As the deed was done, a curse whispered through the sea, a curse that only the ocean and Anaya knew. Weeks passed, and Anaya found herself with child, a consequence unforeseen, but one that tied her fate to Ekundayo's in ways he could not have imagined. However, mermaids are creatures of balance and retribution. What Ekundayo took in arrogance, Anaya would reclaim in cunning. As her pregnancy progressed, Anaya whispered to the sea, to the winds and the creatures that roamed both above and below the waves. She called upon the ancient rites of the merfolk, preparing to take back not just what was taken from her, but to teach the prince a lesson of humility and respect that would ripple through the generations. Unaware of the storm that was brewing, Ekundayo returned to his daily life, basking in the glow of his supposed conquest, ignorant of the tides that were shifting beneath him. His actions, wrapped in the veil of night, were about to come to light in a way that would shake the very foundations of his world. As the sun rose over the kingdom, casting long shadows on the secrets of the past, Prince Ekundayo found himself drawn once again to the cliffs overlooking the ocean. His mind was restless, haunted by a melody that seemed to rise from the depths, a melody that spoke of mysteries and unspoken promises. Meanwhile, deep beneath the waves, Anaya nurtured the life growing within her, her heart heavy with the weight of the future. The child she bore was of both land and sea, destined to bridge worlds. With each passing day, she wove enchantments around her unborn, imbuing them with the strength of the ocean's currents and the resilience of its depths. Back in the palace, Ekundayo's nights were restless. Dreams of the sea, vivid and haunting, disturbed his sleep. In these visions, Anaya's eyes were pools of the ocean's abyss, reflecting not just the depths of the waters, but also the depth of his betrayal. These were not mere dreams but portents, each one a ripple from the night of their encounter, reaching out to remind him of the balance he had disrupted. As the prince grappled with his nocturnal torments, the kingdom buzzed with preparations for the upcoming Festival of the Waters, a time when the people paid homage to the sea for its bounty and mystery. This year, however, the festival bore an undercurrent of tension, as fishermen spoke of fewer catches and whispered fears of an angered sea. Amidst this, a wise old woman named Yemonja, named after the goddess of the sea, sensed the disturbance in the natural order. Known for her connection to the water spirits, she approached the king with a heavy heart. "Great king," she intoned, "the sea speaks of a wrong that must be righted. The balance has been upset, and until it is restored, all who draw life from the sea shall find their fortunes waning." King Adekunle, a ruler of considerable wisdom and foresight, felt a chill at her words. He had long feared that the fiery spirit of his son might one day provoke the ancient forces that had so long protected their lands. "What can be done, wise Yemonja?" he asked, his voice a blend of concern and command. "The sea does not reveal all its secrets at once," Yemonja replied, her eyes mirroring the turmoil of stormy waters. "But heed this. The one who has caused this rift must seek forgiveness, not from the sea alone, but from the one he has wronged." Meanwhile, Anaya, drawing closer to the time of birthing, made her way to the shallows where the water met the land. There, she summoned the powers of the sea to prepare for what was to come. The waves, responding to her call, danced around her in a display of aquatic grace, forming patterns and rhythms that spelled out an ancient ritual of birth and rebirth. Unseen by human eyes, the creatures of the sea gathered, bearing witness to the rites that would soon unfold. They brought with them the blessings of the deep, each a gift to the child who would soon enter the world, a child destined to heal the rift between land and sea, embodying the hope and the future of both realms. As the festival approached, the air tinged with anticipation and foreboding. The destiny of the kingdom hung as delicately as a ship balanced on the crest of a wave. The dance of fate was underway, and its outcome lay in the hands of those brave enough to face the truths they had long hidden. The Festival of the Waters arrived, its vibrant celebrations masking the underlying tension that gripped the kingdom. The people danced and sang, their joy a fragile veil over the anxieties about the sea's dwindling gifts. Prince Ekundayo, though outwardly joining in the festivities, felt the weight of his guilt pressing heavily on his soul. On the night of the full moon, as the kingdom reveled, Ekundayo slipped away to the cliffs once more. The moon cast a silvery path across the water, beckoning him. His heart, tangled with confusion and remorse, led him to the very spot where he had first encountered Anaya. As he gazed out over the vast expanse, he heard a faint melody, haunting and beautiful. It was Anaya's song calling him, and with each note memories of that fateful night resurfaced, vivid and unrelenting. The prince fell to his knees, his arrogance stripped away, leaving only the raw truth of his actions. "Anaya," he whispered into the night, "I was a fool, blinded by my own desires. Forgive me." The waters shimmered, and Anaya emerged, her presence both ethereal and commanding. Her eyes bore into his, carrying the weight of the ocean and the lives within it. "Ekundayo," she replied, her voice a harmonious blend of sorrow and strength. "What you have taken cannot be undone, but there is a chance for redemption." The prince's heart quickened with a mix of fear and hope. "Tell me what I must do," he pleaded. "Your heart must prove its sincerity," Anaya responded. "The life I carry is bound to both our worlds. To restore balance, you must vow to protect this child, to honor the sea and its creatures, and to live with humility and respect for all life." Ekundayo nodded, tears streaming down his face. "I swear it, Anaya. I will do whatever it takes to make amends." Anaya reached out, placing a hand on his chest. The touch was cool, like the kiss of the ocean breeze. "The sea will watch, Ekundayo. Your actions will be your redemption." With that, she disappeared beneath the waves, leaving the prince to ponder the path ahead. As he returned to the palace, a newfound determination fueled his steps. In the following weeks, Ekundayo immersed himself in learning the ways of the sea. He spent time with fishermen, understanding the delicate balance of their livelihoods, and sought counsel from Yemonja, who guided him with the wisdom of the ages. Slowly, the people began to see a change in their prince, a transformation that rekindled hope. As Anaya's time drew near, the sea itself seemed to hold its breath. The waves calmed, and the creatures of the deep moved with a purposeful stillness. Anaya, surrounded by the guardians of the ocean, prepared to bring forth the child that would unite their worlds. One night, under the light of a crescent moon, Ekundayo stood at the shore, his heart attuned to the rhythms of the sea. Anaya emerged, cradling a newborn in her arms. The child, with eyes like the depths of the ocean and a presence that exuded both strength and serenity, was a testament to their intertwined destinies. Ekundayo approached with reverence, his eyes reflecting the moonlit waters. "I will protect them, Anaya. With my life, I vow it." Anaya nodded, her gaze softening. "This child is our future, Ekundayo. May they grow with the wisdom of the sea and the courage of the land." The prince took the child into his arms, feeling the weight of his promise. As he held the newborn close, a sense of peace washed over him, a promise of new beginnings and the hope of redemption. The kingdom once again found harmony with the sea, and the legacy of Ekundayo and Anaya's child became a tale of balance, respect, and the enduring power of love and redemption. Years passed, and the kingdom flourished under the harmonious bond forged between the land and the sea. Prince Ekundayo, now a wise and humble leader, devoted himself to the care and upbringing of his child, named Olaniyi, meaning "wealth surrounds me." Olaniyi grew quickly, embodying the spirit of both worlds, with an innate understanding of the sea and a heart filled with the compassion of the land. The people of the kingdom, having witnessed the transformation of their prince, embraced Olaniyi with open hearts. The child's unique abilities became evident early on. They could communicate with sea creatures and had an uncanny ability to predict the ocean's moods. This connection fostered a deeper respect for the natural world among the people, who now saw the sea not just as a resource, but as a partner in their existence. One fateful day, as Olaniyi played by the shore, a great disturbance erupted beneath the waves. A colossal sea serpent, a creature of ancient legend, emerged, its scales glinting ominously in the sunlight. Panic spread among the villagers as the serpent roared, its voice a thunderous call that shook the very ground. Ekundayo rushed to the scene, his heart pounding. He had heard tales of this creature, the guardian of the deepest trenches, known to surface only when the balance was threatened. As he approached, Olaniyi stepped forward, undeterred by the serpent's menacing presence. With a voice as calm as the still waters before a storm, Olaniyi spoke. "Great guardian, why do you rise from the depths? What has disturbed your peace?" The serpent's eyes, deep and ancient, focused on the child. "The balance you strive to maintain is under threat," it hissed. "A darkness stirs in the depths, one that seeks to undo the harmony you have built." Fear gripped Ekundayo, but Olaniyi remained resolute. "Tell us, mighty one, how we can restore what is being unraveled." The serpent lowered its massive head, the waves around it calming. "There is a rift, an old wound between our worlds that has never fully healed. It is time for a true union, one that goes beyond mere promises. A bond must be formed, a sacred pact sealed by the essence of both realms." Understanding dawned on Ekundayo. The serpent was speaking of a deeper commitment, one that required not just words but actions and sacrifices. He turned to Olaniyi, whose eyes shone with determination. "We will do what is needed," Olaniyi declared. "Guide us, and we shall follow." The serpent nodded, its scales rippling with a myriad of colors. "In the heart of the ocean lies a pearl, the soul of the sea. It is guarded by the fiercest of creatures and the most treacherous of currents. Retrieve it, and the pact will be sealed." Without hesitation, Olaniyi and Ekundayo prepared for the daunting task. Yemonja, the wise old woman, provided them with blessings and charms to protect against the perils of the deep. The entire kingdom watched with bated breath as father and child embarked on this perilous endeavor. As they dove into the ocean's depths, the water enveloped them like an embrace, familiar yet filled with unknown dangers. They navigated through coral mazes and swam past curious sea creatures, each step bringing them closer to the heart of the ocean. The deeper they went, the darker and colder it became, until they reached the realm where light was but a memory. There, in the abyss, they found the pearl, glowing with an ethereal light. It was guarded by a colossal kraken, its tentacles coiled protectively around the treasure. The beast, sensing their approach, lashed out, its eyes blazing with challenge. Olaniyi, with a calm born of both land and sea, approached the kraken. "Great guardian, we seek the soul of the sea to restore the balance that binds our worlds. We come not as conquerors, but as protectors." The kraken paused, its gaze piercing through them. After a moment that seemed to stretch into eternity, it slowly uncoiled, revealing the pearl. "Take it," the kraken rumbled, "but remember, the power it holds is to be wielded with wisdom and humility." With the pearl in hand, Ekundayo and Olaniyi made their way back to the surface, their hearts filled with hope. As they emerged from the depths, the entire kingdom rejoiced. The sea serpent, seeing the pearl, nodded in approval. "The pact is sealed," it proclaimed. "May your realms live in eternal harmony." The kingdom, now bound by the sacred pearl, entered a new era of prosperity and peace. Olani, the child of two worlds, stood as a symbol of unity, a testament to the enduring power of respect and love for all living things. The years flowed like a river, carrying with them the tales of unity and the wisdom that Prince Ekundayo and Olaniyi had woven into the fabric of the kingdom. The people, now attuned to the rhythm of the sea and land, thrived in a harmonious coexistence that was the envy of distant lands. One evening, as the sun dipped below the horizon, casting a golden glow across the ocean, a new presence stirred in the waters. An ancient spirit, long dormant, awakened by the newfound harmony, began to whisper through the waves. This spirit, known among the elders as Nikiru, the echo of the ancients, carried the wisdom of millennia and the voice of the deep. Olani, now a young adult with the strength of the sea and the wisdom of the land, felt the call of Nikiru. Sitting by the shore, they listened to the whispers, understanding that the spirit brought not just a message but a challenge, a test of their resolve and commitment to the balance they had fought to achieve. The following day, Olani shared these whispers with Ekundayo. "Father, the spirit Nkiru speaks of an ancient relic, hidden deep within the labyrinth of the coral caves. It is said to hold the power to sustain our harmony for generations, but it must be retrieved and brought to the surface." Ekundayo, his eyes filled with pride and concern, nodded. "Then we must heed the call. This relic, if it truly holds such power, will ensure the prosperity of our people and the sanctity of our bond with the sea." With Yamonja's guidance once more, Olani prepared for the descent into the coral caves, a place few had ventured and fewer had returned from. The villagers, now deeply respectful of the sea's mysteries, gathered to offer their blessings and support. They had come to see Olani not just as a leader, but as a bridge between their world and the ocean's depths. As Olani dived into the azure waters, the coral caves loomed ahead, their entrances guarded by shimmering schools of fish and undulating kelp. The caves were a maze of vibrant colors and treacherous passages, each twist and turn a potential trap. Yet with every stroke and breath, Olani felt the guidance of Nkiru, the ancient whispers leading them deeper into the heart of the labyrinth. Within the coral caves, Olani encountered trials that tested their resolve and courage. They navigated through narrow crevices and faced creatures both wondrous and fierce, each challenge a testament to the harmony that had been forged between the realms. The spirit of Nkiru remained a constant presence, its whispers a guiding light in the darkness. After what felt like an eternity, Olani reached a hidden chamber, illuminated by a soft, otherworldly glow. In the center of the chamber lay the relic, a crystalline shell, pulsating with a gentle light, its surface etched with the ancient symbols of the sea. As Olani approached, the whispers of Nkiru grew louder, filling the chamber with a resonant hum. Gently, Olani lifted the relic, feeling its power thrumming through their veins. The shell was warm to the touch, its glow intensifying as it recognized the harmony within Olani's heart. With the relic secured, Olani began the journey back, navigating the coral maze with newfound purpose and clarity. Upon emerging from the depths, the sight of Olani holding the relic brought a wave of elation among the villagers. The air buzzed with excitement and reverence as Olani presented the crystalline shell to Ekundayo and Yamonja. The ancient spirit of Nkiru, satisfied with the outcome, whispered a final blessing before fading into the depths. With the relic now a part of the kingdom's heritage, Ekundayo and Olani placed it in a sacred grove by the sea, a place where land and water met in perpetual embrace. The grove became a sanctuary, a reminder of the bond that had been forged and the sacrifices made to sustain it. In the years that followed, the kingdom continued to flourish, its people living in harmony with the sea and each other. The whispers of Nkiru remained a guiding force, a constant reminder of the ancient wisdom that had been passed down through generations. Olani, now a revered leader, carried forward the legacy of unity and respect, ensuring that the balance between their worlds would endure for all time. And so, the tale of Ekundayo and Olani became an enduring legend, a beacon of hope and harmony for all who heard it. In the heart of the kingdom, where land and sea embraced, a tranquil peace prevailed. Olani's leadership brought prosperity, and the sacred grove with the crystalline shell became a place of pilgrimage. People from distant lands traveled to witness the harmony that had been achieved, seeking blessings from the relic that symbolized unity. One tranquil morning, a disturbance rippled through the ocean's depths. The sea creatures, sensitive to the shifts in nature, felt an unfamiliar presence. Olanii, always attuned to the ocean's whispers, sensed the change. The sea spoke of a figure, a wanderer from a distant shore, who sought the relic for reasons unknown. This stranger, known as Kyle, arrived with tales of his homeland plagued by drought and suffering. Desperate, he had heard of the relic's power and believed it could save his people. Olanii, with a heart full of empathy, welcomed Kale but remained cautious. The balance they had achieved was delicate, and any disturbance could unravel the harmony. Kale shared his story by the fire, his voice tinged with desperation and hope. "My land once thrived with rivers and fertile fields, but now it lies barren. The ancient ones spoke of a relic that could bring rain and restore life. I seek your help to save my people." Moved by his plight, yet aware of the risks, Olanii consulted with Ekundayo and Yemonja. The wise woman's eyes, filled with the depth of her connection to the sea, met Olanii's. "The relic's power is immense, but it is meant to sustain harmony, not be wielded for individual desires. To help him, we must ensure that the balance is not disrupted." A plan formed. Olanii, Ekundayo, and Kale would journey to the sacred grove. There, under Yemonja's guidance, they would seek the relic's counsel. The night before their departure, Olanii stood by the shore, listening to the ocean's song. The waves whispered of caution, reminding them of the fine line between harmony and chaos. At dawn, they set forth, the path to the grove illuminated by the first light of day. As they approached, the crystalline shell glowed with an ethereal light, reacting to their presence. Olanii placed a hand on the relic, feeling its ancient power resonate. "Great relic, we seek your guidance. A land far from here suffers. Can we aid them without disrupting the balance?" The shell pulsed, its light growing brighter. A voice, ancient and wise, echoed in their minds. "The power you seek must be shared, not taken. Only through unity and selflessness can true harmony be achieved." Kale, understanding the gravity of the relic's words, knelt before it. "I seek not to take, but to learn. Teach us how to restore our land without causing harm to yours." The relic's light enveloped them, transporting their minds to a vision of Kale's homeland. They saw the parched earth, the withered crops, and the despairing faces of the people. But they also saw hope, a river hidden beneath the ground, waiting to be unearthed. The vision faded, and the relic's voice spoke once more. "Dig deep into your land's history, for beneath its surface lies the lifeblood it once thrived upon. Work together, and the waters will flow again." With this newfound knowledge, Kale expressed his gratitude, promising to heed the relic's wisdom. Olanii, Ekundayo, and Yemonja provided him with tools and guidance for the task ahead. Kale returned to his homeland, determined to unite his people in the effort to restore their land. As the years passed, news reached the kingdom of Kale's success. His people, inspired by the lessons of unity and cooperation, unearthed the hidden river and revitalized their homeland. They too began to live in harmony with nature, respecting the balance that sustains all life. Olanii's tale, now interwoven with Kale's, spread far and wide, becoming a beacon of hope and wisdom. The kingdom by the sea continued to thrive, its people forever mindful of the delicate balance that binds their world. And so the harmony between land and sea, forged through sacrifice, understanding, and respect, endured, guiding generations to come. Years flowed like the unending tides, and the kingdom, bound by its sacred pact with the sea, continued to prosper. The tales of Olanii and the relic became woven into the fabric of the land's history. Yet, even in times of peace, challenges are never far away. One evening, as the crimson sun dipped below the horizon, casting its fiery reflection across the ocean, an unfamiliar ship appeared on the horizon. The vessel, adorned with strange symbols and sails billowing like dragon wings, anchored near the shore. From it disembarked a group of travelers, their leader a woman named Asha, whose eyes sparkled with the intensity of a storm. Olanii, now a respected elder, greeted them with curiosity and caution. "Welcome to our land. What brings you to our shores?" Asha stepped forward, her voice as commanding as the waves. "We seek the guardian of the sea and land. Our people have faced a dire prophecy, an impending disaster that threatens to engulf our homeland. We have traveled far, guided by the whispers of ancient spirits, to find the one who holds the balance." Intrigued and empathetic, Olani invited the travelers to share their story. Around a crackling fire, Asha spoke of her land, a place where the mountains kissed the sky and the rivers sang through lush valleys. But darkness had crept in, and the rivers had turned to poison, the mountains rumbling with the anger of the earth itself. Our seers foretold of a guardian, a protector who can call upon the power of both sea and land to avert this catastrophe. We believe you are that guardian, Olani. Humbled yet aware of the magnitude of such a task, Olani sought counsel from Yemonja and Ekundayo. The wise woman, her eyes reflecting the wisdom of the ancients, spoke. The balance we have achieved here is delicate, but it is built on principles that can be shared. We must first understand the nature of the disturbance in Asha's land. They decided to journey to the distant land, guided by Asha and her companions. The voyage was arduous, the seas challenging their resolve, but the spirit of Nkiru whispered through the waves, guiding them with a steady hand. Upon arrival, they were greeted by a land in turmoil. The rivers, once clear and life-giving, now ran black with corruption. The mountains, towering and majestic, trembled with an ominous energy. Olani, Yemonja, and Ekundayo knew they needed to act swiftly. Olani approached the tainted river, feeling its despair through the vibrations in the water. Placing a hand into the toxic stream, they closed their eyes and called upon the unity of their homeland's relic, the wisdom of the ocean, and the strength of the earth. The relic, safe within Olani's pouch, began to glow faintly, responding to the call. An incantation taught by Yemonja flowed from Olani's lips, a melody that blended the essence of both elements. As the song resonated, the waters began to clear, the corruption lifting like a dark veil being pulled away. Next, they climbed the trembling mountains, their steps careful and respectful. At the peak, they found the source of the unrest, an ancient stone cracked and leaking a dark energy into the earth. Yemonja, her voice steady and calm, chanted an ancient prayer, while Ekundayo and Olani worked to seal the stone with the relic's light. As the crack mended and the dark energy dissipated, the mountains calmed, their ominous rumblings ceasing. The land, sensing the restoration of its balance, responded with a sigh of relief. The rivers flowed clear once more, and the mountains stood firm, their majestic silence a testament to the harmony restored. Asha and her people, witnessing the transformation, were filled with gratitude and awe. You have saved us, Olaniyi. You truly are the guardian our seers spoke of. Olaniyi, ever humble, replied, the power to restore balance lies within all of us. It is through unity, respect, and understanding that we achieve harmony. With the land's balance restored, Olaniyi and the companions returned to their kingdom, their hearts filled with the knowledge that the principles of harmony and unity they upheld could transcend borders and heal even the deepest of wounds. The travelers, now friends, bid farewell, their hearts intertwined by the shared experience. Asha, her eyes now reflecting hope, promised to carry the teachings of balance and respect back to her people. And so, the tales of Olaniyi, Ekundayo, and Yemonja continued to spread, their wisdom and actions a beacon for all who sought to live in harmony with the world around them. The Guardian's legacy grew, inspiring future generations to protect the delicate balance of nature and live with respect for all its wonders. As time wove its tapestry, the kingdom by the sea stood as a paragon of unity and balance. Olani's deeds and the harmony forged between land and ocean became the guiding principles for all who inhabited the realm. The sacred grove, where the relic resided, was now a sanctuary where people from near and far came to seek wisdom and peace. Years passed, and the kingdom celebrated the anniversary of the Great Harmony with a festival unlike any other. This festival, called the Dance of the Elements, honored the bond between the land, sea, and sky. As the preparations began, the air buzzed with excitement, and the people, now more attuned to the natural world than ever, worked in unison to create a celebration worthy of their ancestors. Olani, now a revered elder, stood by the shore, watching the waves kiss the sand. The legacy of their lineage flowed through the kingdom like a river of wisdom and strength. Ekundayo, though aged, remained a pillar of guidance and support, his eyes reflecting the calm of the ocean. On the day of the festival, the kingdom awoke to a brilliant sunrise, the sky painted in hues of gold and crimson. The festivities began with dances and songs that celebrated the elements, each performance a tribute to the delicate balance they cherished. The sea creatures too participated, their movements in the water a graceful ballet that mirrored the rhythms of the land. As the sun reached its zenith, Olaniyi gathered the people by the sacred grove. The crystalline shell, glowing softly with the light of unity, became the centerpiece of the ceremony. Olaniyi spoke, their voice carrying the wisdom of the ages. Today, we celebrate not just our past, but the eternal balance that sustains us. This relic is a reminder of our commitment to live in harmony with all elements of nature. The crowd listened in rapt attention, their hearts united by the legacy of their ancestors. Yemonja, now a figure of legend, stood beside Olaniyi, her presence a symbol of the wisdom that had guided them through countless challenges. Suddenly, a shimmering light appeared above the sacred grove, and the ancient spirit Nkuru manifested, its form a beautiful blend of water and light. The spirit's voice, both melodic and powerful, resonated through the grove. People of the sea and land, you have upheld the balance with great honor. Today I bring you a gift, a symbol of your eternal bond. From the light, a new relic emerged, a crystalline orb that pulsated with a rainbow of colors. Nkiru placed it beside the original shell, its glow merging with the ancient relic's light. This orb represents the unity of all elements, land, sea, sky, and spirit. Guard it well, for it will guide your future generations. The people, awestruck by the gift, bowed in reverence. Olaniyi, with tears of joy, accepted the orb, placing it in a place of honor within the grove. The festival continued, now with an added layer of reverence and gratitude. As the sun set, casting a warm glow over the ocean, Olaniyi reflected on the journey that had brought them to this moment. The lessons learned, the sacrifices made, and the unity achieved were all part of the intricate dance of life. The kingdom, now a beacon of harmony, would continue to thrive, guided by the principles of respect and balance. In the years that followed, the tales of Olaniyi, Ekundayo, Yemonja, and the ancient spirit, Nkiru, became the foundation of the kingdom's culture. The relics, guarded with great care, served as reminders of the eternal bond between the elements. Each generation, inspired by these legends, strived to live in harmony with the world around them, ensuring that the balance would never be disrupted. And so, the story of the kingdom by the sea became a timeless legend, a testament to the enduring power of unity, respect, and the eternal balance that binds all of nature. The dance of the elements continued to be celebrated, a ritual of gratitude and harmony that echoed through the ages, reminding all who heard it of the delicate and beautiful balance that sustains life.